What is up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one, Donnie here, with my 2025 room tour video. If you're not a best one yet already, and you want to watch me rebuild my collection, watch me review toys, and live my nostalgic memories, recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because of course you already know, the grind is real. I hope you guys are excited as I am to show you my studio. There's been a lot of hard work that was put into this, so if you guys can smash that like button now and subscribe, it would really mean a lot to me. I put a lot of work into this video, which is why it hasn't come out right away, and we haven't had any other videos within the past week since Christmas. So there's been a lot of work going into this. I wanted to make sure that everything was perfect, ready to go. And there's been a lot of changes here at the Best One Studio since last year's room tour video. And I'm really excited to show you guys all the awesome things we have. And we've even added some stuff to the collection that hasn't been seen yet here on the channel. So there's lots of new things as well. So I really hope you guys enjoy the room tour. So with that being said, let's get it. The grind is real. So behind this door is thousands of dollars worth of collectibles, wrestling figures, basketball memorabilia, Nickelodeon, Simpsons, all the good stuff. So let's open up the door here, and this is what the view looks like before you come down the stairs. On this wall here, we have some Ruthless Aggressions and AEW figures, while on this side of the wall, we have some more TNA and WWE autographs and memorabilia as well. So now let's go over all the AEW and Ruthless Aggression stuff on this wall. So we have a bunch of AEW figures, mint on card here. And that's like one of my favorite things to collect, guys, is the AEW figures, which I really do like to keep like in the packages. And I do like to get these signed. So that's something that we do like to do, which there's not a lot of wall space, which is why like we have to fill up every empty area that we can, which I kind of like the way that this does look. Not a lot has changed since last year's room tour when it comes to this, maybe a couple extra signatures, but there it is. We got Best Friends here, which I believe you can get like $2, which is kind of crazy because all of these I did pay like ringside retail for. But there it is, Butcher and Blade, another underrated tag team. The Natural, Dustin, Cody, Malachi Black. And then we do have the Lucha Brothers here, Penta and Ray, which they have a lot of figures. We did spend some good money on getting a bunch of those signed. We got Pac, which I do apologize for the glaring of the light here. I do apologize for that. But we do have Private Party here. Two guys that I got to watch before making it to AEW, so I would love to get those signed someday. We got Hangman Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and the Street Fighter GameStop exclusives here, Matt, Nick, and Kenny Omega. So now here on the bottom of the railing, we got more AEW figures. There's Miro, Taz, Wardlow, Kenny Omega. That's an underrated Kenny. Hangman, Keith Lee, Jericho, Ricky, CM Punk, Brody Lee, Stu Grayson, another Bastard Pack, Hangman, Brody, Scorpio Sky, Brian Cage, Walmart CM Punk, Kyle O'Reilly, Miro, and Eddie Kingston. So now in between the railing, we do have the Walmart Ruthless Aggressions here. A lot of these I do have signed, mint on card, which this is one of my favorite lines to collect. I felt like the line definitely was a little bit too short-lived. Like, we should have definitely had more figures. I felt like they rushed into the Monday Night Wars, but really cool wave here, which I do regret getting that signed in orange by Shelton. That looks so ugly. There's Kevin Nash. And then we do have like some non-Ruthless Aggressions. We did find this Wrestling Heels and Faces at a Creator Pro show. I thought that that was a perfect space to put that in. We got an older elite narcissist, Lex Luger. Surprised we haven't got that in the vault yet. And Bobby Lashley Royal Rumble with the ECW Championship, which is really cool. And then I had to put this 8x10 here of Nunzio. He was our first wrestler that we brought to a convention this year with We Are Wrestling. So I did do these like limited prints here. So I thought that this was a perfect space for that. So now starting off on the other side of the wall, we only have 2 AEW figures here. We got Ethan Page and Jon Moxley's first figure. And then we do have a wrestling buddy here, Darby. I want to know like what the hell happened to Series 2 with these. I was hoping for that MJF. But now we do get into some of our TNA stuff because I loved TNA growing up. So I got this here signed at a TNA house show back in the day. And man, TNA house shows were the best. Got that Legends of the Ring AJ. I would love to get that signed someday. Shop TNA exclusive. Joker Sting signed, which man, only if like paint markers are like a thing around this time. That's one thing that does suck. But we do have some of the Impact Deluxe figures, knockouts. We got Gail Kim, Velvet Sky, and Tess Mocker. Also a 10-year coin, Glow in the Dark Jeff Hardy. And then some of my cool things that I've kept throughout my collection growing up. I got the 7-year Impact Zone Asylum picture, which I really do like a lot. It's got all the guys from Slammiversary that year. And you do have like all the names here. Got the TNA logo and all the cool signatures. Then we also have this No Surrender Bound for Glory challenge here. All signed by all 12 people, which I think is so cool. Like, I got these, like, these were originally in my collection. So the fact that I still have these in the condition that they are, really happy about that. Now, we also do have this here. We got a Playboy China, which I did find. I found this at the Brimfield Flea Market, which I think looks so good. Perfect spot for it, too. Major Bendy's Magnet. Also a John Cena pennant when I got as a kid. And then we have this old like Jack specific sign here, Just Bring It. Thought that that would look really cool there. We got Doodle Bob Magnet, 2K15 John Cena plaque, American Dragon patch, and then right here we do have some Funko Pops, which I really do like here. But I do kind of want to get rid of my wrestling ones that aren't signed, so I might have to do that pretty soon. There's some more patches that we got in our AEW crates throughout the year, which I really like what I've done here with those. And then I've always kept my original cameras from when I first started doing content creating over 15 years ago on here. It just really like, pretty much like is paying homage to some of the old stuff that I did. So now let's get into some of the WWE figures I have signed. We got some Hall of Champions here. And I gotta say, out of all the Elite boxes, I really like these ones the most. There's just perfect window space here. There's Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa, Kurt Hawkins. Then we have this shitty packaging, Scott Steiner. Don't even know why I got this signed. Looks so bad. But we do have Rick Steiner, his partner here. Wish those Ultimates came out when I met them. There's another Mustafa, Billy Kay, Bobby Lashley. Great run with the championship. Then we do have Peyton Royce. We got Mommy. We got Mandy. And then down here, Jerry the King Lawler, Samoa Joe, and Mandy Rose. So now on this wall here, we have a bunch of plaques here. just things that I've gotten throughout the years. A lot of my pro photo ops here. There's me and CM Punk, one of the coolest experiences in 2024. There's me and MJF, me and Samoa Joe, 2024. That was at Terrificon. Also with Martin Cove, that was a cool experience. There's Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso. There's my father, Christian. That was when I met him as a kid in Cape Cod. There's me and Kenny Omega. That was my birthday gift in Poughkeepsie, 2018. Me and Teddy Long. Me and Chris Jericho. That was a really cool experience. Me and Stacy. Big event. Also, Ric Flair. This is like a Ric Flair 11x16 that I got signed back in 2015. And then we have some really cool nostalgia photos because this channel is based off nostalgia. So I do have some of my favorite pictures, 4x6, that I got as a kid. There's me and the Cheeky Dog. That was a great Christmas video this year. Me and the WWE Championship. Also, I think I want to get this ticket slabbed eventually. But this was like one of my first WWE house show tickets I found, like when I was going through my garage. Really love that a lot. There's me opening up one of the cool Jakks Pacific wrestler, like ring exclusive figures. There's me, Fitterman, with Charlotte. There's the American Nightmare Cody. We got to meet Squidward. Finally got his name right. And then I also got this Mandy Sachs picture here. And some older 8x10s. Roddy Piper and Yokozuna. And then also my Smart Mark Sterling report card I got at Blitzkrieg. A couple Sega games, Rumble, WrestleMania Arcade. Cam Thomas, one of my favorite net players. We got his little plaque. And then one of my cool things I found in the garage that I had to put in like a frame this year is this Wrestling Superstores Action Figure Guide, first edition. I thought that this would just really make the room good because a lot of this stuff I do have is wrestling figure related. But there it is, man. This is all the cool things that I do have around here, which I am running out of space, you can definitely tell. Also, we do have John Cena's Last Time Is Now band right there, which I think I want to get more John Cena bands and maybe just fill up this here, because we always try to fill up like the empty space. And then we of course got the Wolfpack Elites here. We got the ringside exclusive Kevin Nash, Macho Man, and the Sting, which this is one of my favorite things in the collection easily, which I do apologize for the glaring light here. And then we do have Hollywood Hulk Hogan as well, which I do need to get a case for that, and I'm surprised it hasn't fell yet. So now getting into the shelf here, which before we get into the shelf, I do have a couple little things here on the beam. We have an ECW championship from like 2008, MVP pennant, and then we also do have this Legends of the Hidden Temple pennant, also my New York City chain there. And then we also do have Bryce Donovan, who's a WWE ID prospect. We got his headband right here, shook. I should probably get that signed before he does go to WWE. And then we do have the Undisputed Championship. So now coming back up here though, in this shelf here, which we try to utilize all the space we can in here, because collecting, man, there's a lot of shit we have. We got the entrance great Chris Jericho here. There's my Pop Yourself. There's myself. The best one, Donnie. And we also do have a bunch of cards here that I am getting rid of pretty soon. I've been going through a bunch of those. Then we have my Jushin Thunder Liger Storms collectibles here with a bunch of little things. We got like this squishy Mankind, Undertaker, Hall of Fame thing, and then a pair of sunglasses there. Also down here, I do like what I did here with the Blood and Guts here. We got the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle, which I think I am going to like add like a light here eventually on like all these shelves just to make it stand out. Nothing fancy. And then of course I had to put the Vault CM Punk right there because this is just a great iconic figure. Looks so good. And then behind this guitar here, we do have a little Bray Wyatt shelf. That's my signature when I met him in the WWE VIP experience back in 2017 when he won the championship. Couple basic figures there. We got our hurt heel gloves. And then down here we have the Nexus. I think the only one that I'm missing is Daniel Bryan and David Otunga. If I'm missing anybody else, let me know in the comments. But there's that. We got John Cena here. More stuff. And then, oh man. My guitar broke years ago. And actually, before recording this room tour, I actually, earlier this week, picked up this guitar from this guy on Facebook Marketplace, which, shout out to him, he gave me a really good deal, and I even got a guitar stand for it, which this looks so freaking clean. There it is here. We got King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett signature, and then we have this really cool carving of him on the guitar, which just looks so clean, so sick. And I probably should have had like a guitar stand like to begin with, having it. But now it will definitely be protected in our collection. And then you guys all know Christmas 2004. This, I remember getting this Christmas morning. And one of my favorite Ruthless Aggression sets of all time. We got it mint on card. We got John Cena. We got Batista in the white suit. Then we also do have Rene Dupree, which is autographed. We got that at Big Event signed. And we do have the Dead Man, what up, dude? Undertaker, which looks good. And then we also do have a Gene Snitsky. Eventually, we are going to get Eugene and Booker T to complete this. But I just think that this is like a perfect spot for this. And like everybody's collection is all special, all different. And this is like one of those waves that like it brings me back to Christmas 2004. And that's why like it is one of my centerpieces in my collection. So now let's pan over to here now. Some of my AEW Supreme figures. Starting off, we do have Series 2 Malachi Black. I'm glad I got this on ringside, because everybody that didn't get it on ringside is definitely regretting it, because these did not hit retail at all. Then we do have the Walmart Cody Rhodes here, autographed, looks great. And I love these red shelves too, by the way. Like the red accent color in here is nice. Kenny Omega Series 2, which Kenny and Malachi are the only two guys I need to get signed with their Supreme figures. And I will be complete on autographs. There's Penta, there's Rey Fenix. People in the US had trouble getting that Rey Fenix, because the way that we got Pentas, that's how they got Rey Fenixes in Canada. Down here, Cody Rhodes. And then, let me move the tripod out of the way, because we do have this shelf. So now let's go over this shelf here, which I do need to move this here. This is all stuff I still need to review for you guys. I just usually leave it next to my desk. But we have Kenny Omega on this side, and then coming around here, Dr. Britt Baker. And then we do have some ringside exclusives. We got the Takeshita signed, thanks to the Wrestling Universe, and Salvador on Promotions. We got the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, Switchblade, Jay White. Up here, Tony Storm, Jay Lethal, Owen Hart, which what I do is, behind these, I do like to put some of my binders and books. So we got our WWE Encyclopedia, we got the Fig Cave Encyclopedia, some of my 8x10s that I do keep in that binder there, and then even behind here, we also do have Kyle Peterson's Classic Superstars, and we do have our card binders, some Bootios, and then up here, we do have the Ultimate Edition San Diego Comic-Con 2024 WrestleMania 12 Shawn Michaels. Looks so freaking good. And more 8x10 binders behind all this junk. And then on this side, we do have the Toys R Us Elite Rey Mysterio Avatar. I got that at the Wrestling Universe store. Really cool. And then up here at the top, one of my favorite shelves, we do have my Total Divas Brie and Nikki Funko Pops. We also do have my Brooklyn Nets Neon Clock with my original Angry Bird here, because I did love collecting Angry Birds when I was a kid. One of the only ones I still have in my collection to this day. Jellyfish Field sign, we got that at Hot Topic. We also do have, in the intro, we got the Pirate from SpongeBob. And then we have this little truck here, which you guys are probably wondering, why the hell do you have a truck here, Best One Donnie? And that is because I sponsored this match at Blitzkrieg Pro Slayer. It was Cruel versus Akira, which I do have my box knife there. And if you look at this, whoop, there's Akira's signature right there at the top of the truck. But for now, we do have this here. And I always like to have certain souvenirs of matches that I sponsored, because I do hold a lot of pride in that. And then we do have some AEW women figures on this wall, signed. Thunder Rosa, Dr. Britt Baker, Ruby Soho. We have a Jamie Hayter that's not signed, which that's how you can tell we are running out of space, because this shelf here is covering some of these. But we do have original Tony Storm, Chris Statlander, which you can get on ringside for like $2 right now, Dr. Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa again. Down here we got Ty Mello, Anna Jay, Red Velvet, Sheeta behind this, and then down here, Jade Cargill, Julia Hart, Penelope, Nyla Rose, another Jamie Hayter, Saraya, and Rio. So this is my AEW women's wall right here, and I really need to come up with a plan here. And then we do have a whole nother room here, which we will go over after everything in this room. But on this wall, we do have my Undisputed Era armband and my Nexus armband as well. Don't mind, I do keep my Swiffer and my Fly Swatter here. Because in the summertime, we get a lot of flies down here. So now that we went over the women AEW figures, we might as well pan over to some of my autographed AEW figures mint on card. And we're going to start off up here with Absolute Ricky Starks. Which, man, I don't know what it is, the packaging when it comes to these AEW figures, they look so good signed. I just love, these are some of my favorite things to get signed at, wrestling conventions and events. There's the Icon Sting. Then coming down, we have more unrivaled figures here. We got Matt and Jeff, which, Jeff Hardy has one of the cleanest signatures. Just a pure masterpiece. Sammy Guevara, one of my first AEW figures to get signed. Cody Rhodes. Darby Allin Series 2, which I think is hilarious that he did that. That's when I met Sammy. And then down here, Luchasaurus. We got Lance Archer, MJF. And then coming down here, we do have Santana and Ortiz. Frankie Kazarian, Powerhouse Hobbs. And then we do have some that are not signed. Austin, Colton, Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, Walmart Jericho, Adam Copeland, Orange Cassidy, Swerve. These are just some of my favorite AEW figures I have here. There's Platinum Max, Anthony Bowens, which, man, I need Anthony Bowens to come around here so I can already get that signed. Malachi Black, Buddy, which, gotta love the House of Black. I wish that they would do more meet and greets. Dark Order, John Silver, Evil Uno, and then we do have Cash and Dax, Dustin Rhodes, and then the Luminaires, we have both things signed. One of them's a variant. Then we also have Ray Phoenix here, Penta, which, oh man, that light blue paint marker looks so clean on that. Then we do have Wardlow here. And then we do have some more figures near my desk here that are signed. We got Wardlow, Penta, Brody King, Jeff Hardy, the original Penta and Ray Phoenix. And then we also do have Adam Cole and the Devil MJF. And then on the top of this row here, before I forget, Bret Hart. We got his signed sunglasses right there. We got MJF here. He did sign in the Sharpie. What a salt of the earth. We have Hook, Darby Allin, and, oh man, I can't believe I got these in my collection. We have the ROH CM Punk, Luminaires, Chase, and Standard, which, man, I think that red paint marker looks so good on the Chase here. But so many awesome looking figures here. And then coming up around here, the front of my desk, all Series 1 AEW Unrivaled, all signed, autographed. And in my rules, I have to meet them, so Kenny, Young Bucks, and Brandy, I've already met previously. I got these all signed from High Spots. So shout out to them. There's Chris Jericho. And I did throw Jim Ross in there. I thought that was a really cool exclusive. And that's my only one I have signed out of the commentators. So now let's show you guys my computer setup here. So I do have my speakers here on the wall, which looks good. We got a 2 monitor setup here. So we have one small one here. So I can like watch like sports and stuff while I'm editing and doing other stuff on my big monitor here. Absolutely love that. We got our next speaker right there. And I have these Elgato lights, which do work so good when I'm sitting here recording my podcast and other videos here. So this is my other DSLR camera. I do have 2 of them, so I don't have to keep moving them around. And then we did just get this brand new desk mat here. For the longest time, I had like this Walmart one that just like didn't fill up my desk, and I really like the way that this is. We do have a lot of junk, and I don't know about you guys, but I have like ADD, so like sometimes I get bored and I lose my mind here. So I have a figure and I like fidget around, like I shake it and stuff, and it kind of helps me with the stress. Let me know if like you have something like that. I feel like I'm like the only person.
That's weird.
Also have a label maker here to keep things organized, and then I do have my Sheer microphone. This is pretty much like where I do my podcast right here. We Are Wrestling Podcast, which in 2025, live episodes, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. So if you guys want to be a part of that, you can go subscribe to We Are Wrestling. But there it is. We got our mic. And we do have an Elgato arm as well, which helps a lot. There's the keyboard and all that fun stuff that you guys don't really care too much about. Also, the Stream Deck is clutch. Let me just say that. And then coming down here, just a bunch of junk. But I have a bunch of hard drives. That's 15 years worth of content all in there. And then there's the PC setup right there, which I do think I want to get a new PC this year at some point. That might be something I invest in. And here's my chair here, just a cheap, simple gaming chair. Nothing too special there. But we do have this shelf, which there is really nothing too special here. We do have Eddie Guerrero on the lowrider. I have this GOAT trophy. And then we have all 4 faces of Mick Foley. We got Mick Foley himself, Dude Love, Mankind, Cactus Jack. And then we do have a Young Bucks wallet right here. And then I have more junk here. But I do love this 4x6 like frame. I have a picture of my brother behind here. That's unfortunately not here with us right now. But there's that. We have a bunch of cool things here. There's my plug for my light for my toy videos. And then there's my CM Punk Elite 16 signed. And then we just have a lot of storage stuff here. Things that I just don't really want in my way. But then, new keyboard, which we'll be setting up pretty soon. MLW Cruel figure I got signed because I did sponsor a few of his matches at Blitzkrieg. And then we got this really cool Bobby Orlando piece. This was during a match that he had with Jake Lang at Creative Pro, which I was there for. It's got the piece of the table signed. I love when independent wrestlers do creative shit like that. MJF print. Also a really cool art piece right here of MJF winning the world title. And another sick piece with him and CM Punk. Looks so freaking clean. Which eventually, once I have more room, this right here will not be blocking it. But for now, you gotta do what you gotta do. Away from the computer now, let's pan over to the Detolfs. Let's take a look at all of these freaking Lucy's. Starting off here, we have the old school shelf. These are the larger-than-life superstars, which we do have some Power Towns back there, Brody King, Kerry Von Erich, and some of the Legend Territory guys. We got High Chief Peter Maivita. These are all the legends that paved the way here, and we did have to put Andre and Hulk Hogan face-to-face, because even though, like, this wasn't my time, like, I love pro wrestling as a whole. It's an art. And, like, Andre and Hulk Hogan really set, like, wrestling to where it's at today. So we did have to put that there. Then over here, we do have some more old school guys. This is like early 90s people, which we do have the Gooker back there, which looks good. We got the Bushwhackers, we got Dusty, we got Who, and we do have some expensive ones here as well. We do have Demolition, and down here we do have the Rockers, the new Steiner Brothers, Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan face-to-face, $1 Million Man, and the Legion of Doom. Those go for a lot in the second market. And there's Paul Bearer, Brother Love, and Undertaker. Then we're getting more into, like, I'd say like 1993 to like 95 here, which I did throw the Classic Superstars Giant Gonzalez figure that was originally in my collection. The 10% I didn't sell. Bam Bam Bigelow, Tatanka. We got a London Blaze, 1-2-3 Kid, and then we also do have Jim and a fixed-up Owen Hart here, because they did team around like 92. Shawn Michaels, Sensational Sherry. We got Narcissist Lex Luger, Bob Backlund, Bret Hart, custom Owen Hart, which just looks amazing. Highly recommend checking out that review. We have Brutus, and then there's Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon, the WrestleMania 10 Amazon exclusive 2-pack here. And I had to put Razor with both IC titles with the ladder in the front, and an Ultimate Edition Yokozuna, which just looks so good. And moving on now here to our new gen shelf. These are like all the wacky oddball characters for the most part. We do have Isaac Yankem in there. We also have King Mabel, Sultan, Executioner, Fake Diesel, Dox Hendricks, IRS, Bulldog, Razor, Goldust, Doink, American Lex, Diesel, Shawn Michaels, and Undertaker with the purple, which that's one thing I do like to try to do. I try to keep some space so that we can continue to build our collection. Now let's get into some WCW here, and these are just a bunch of WCW guys just all around. We got Steamboat, we got Rick Steiner, Lex, Four Horsemen, Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko, Paulie Dangerously, Mean Mark Callis, Bossman, Ultimate Eddie, Stunning Steve, can't wait to have that Brian Pillman with him, Harlem Heat, and we have Lord Steven Regal and Stacy Keibler. But now, this is one of my favorite shelves, NWO, baby, for life. Which, a lot of people ask me about the lights that I use for my detolfs, and I will put those down in the links below. Shout out to Smart Mark Sterling for giving me advice on getting the right lighting for this stuff, because he did recommend these for me, and they work fantastic. But there it is. We got Dusty, Virgil, Bossman, which was a cool little fix-up, Disciple. We got the Hall, Nash, and Hogan when they debuted. Scott Steiner, nice little fix-up there. We got Macho Man, Hogan. We got an older Dennis Rodman from the Toy Biz line. I felt like I needed him in here. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and then we do have the Ultimate Outsiders with Eric Bischoff, and this really cool baseball that I did find at a thrift store. I think that's what you call it. I believe I found that ball at a flea market. And then we do have some of the larger-than-life superstars here, some of the pioneers of WCW here. We have Hogan before he went black and white, Goldberg, Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair, Lex Luger when he debuted, Diamond Dallas Page, Bam Bam, and then we have the Rap is Crap Mr. Perfect in there, and then, of course, we have Surfer Sting and Crow Sting. So moving on now down to our second shelf here, we do have some AEW figures here, which there's like no order or anything, just some of my favorite ones, because I do like to collect these mint on card, but I also like to have some of my favorite ones loose as well, which I do have the House of Black here in the front with the mask on, which looks so freaking dope. And we do have Supreme CM Punk here, Jeff and Matt. Also, let me zoom in a little bit here. Lucha Brothers exclusive, Jay White, Hangman Fix-Up, Daniel Garcia, another CM Punk. And then we come into here, more AEW figures that we do have loose. We have Takeshita, Kenny. We have Blackpool Combat Club. Britt Baker, Hook, Eddie Kingston. Young Bucks and Kenny, which I love the heel looks there. Darby. We have a Supreme Sting. And then we do have the Acclaim 3-pack here with Daddy Ass, Max Caster, and Anthony Bowens. And then, of course, in the front, we do have a couple of my really favorite ones here. We have Orange Cassidy with the backpack. And then we do have the Devil MJF, regular MJF, Timeless Tony Storm, black and white ringside exclusive. And then we do have the Chase MJF. And then one of my favorite fix-ups here, because I use that Chase head sculpt, which looks so good on this MJF that came out with Mox in a 2-pack. This is the gear he wore when he won the title. Now let's get into NXT, which right here, guys, this is more of like the newer NXT people for the most part. But we do have some black and gold back there. Cameron Grimes, we got Pete Dunne, Finn Balor, Karrion, Scarlett, Pat McAfee from the War Games match, Hit Row. And then we do have some of these 2.0 people. I did throw in an AEW Ethan Page in there. We also got Braun Breaker, Channing, Carmelo Hayes. And then in the front here, we do have the Camo Undisputed Era and Chase University. I thought that these would look really good here in the front, which also Trick Williams, I gotta give him a shout out. That's a great figure. And then we even have MSP too. And here's another shelf here. These are some of the original black and white NXT people, which I love the way that this shelf looks. We do have like an Alexander Rusev. We got Shinsuke, Aiden English, Wyatt family, Sammy, Enzo Cass, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode. We got DIY. We got EC3, Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, Eric Young, Baron Corbin. Then we got Tyler Breeze. We have when Seth Rollins won the NXT Championship, became the first man to hold the belt. Bo Dallas, believe. And then we do have FTR here. We have the Revival. And then in the front, we have Demon Finn Balor, which looks really freaking cool. And now let's get to my favorite collection when it comes to the Lucy's, and that is the Attitude Era, which we might as well start off where we left off. And this more is like 2000, this is like 2000 to like 2002. And here we do have Kane, Undertaker, Brothers of Destruction, Commissioner Shawn, Hurricane, Molly Holly, DDP. So this is like around like a little bit of like the Alliance time. We have King of the Ring, Shane O'Mac. We have Rock and Hogan from WrestleMania 18. Hardcore Kane, Teddy Long, Chris Jericho, Stone Cold, Kurt Angle. We have Jeff Hardy and Lita. Wish we had a Matt Hardy like that. And then we do have Edge and Christian, Commissioner Foley. And then we have Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And then in the front, we do have Booker T and Stone Cold with a ringside shopping cart, because I thought that that was just a really cool little thing to put in the front. And we do have friggin' American Badass Undertaker, which is my favorite Undertaker right here, man. With the motorcycle that I never got rid of in my collection. But looks so good. And then we get here more into like 1998 and like 1999 right here. We have Ministry here. We have Undertaker, Viscera, APA. We got Stone Cold getting arrested. Big Show. We have Christian, part of the Brood. Wish we had an Edge like that to match it. X-Pac, Sexual Chocolate, Mae Young, Godfather, British Bulldog. And then we do have Stone Cold here, which, man, these titles I want to get more of in 2025, because this here is not a Mattel belt, but it just looks so good on the shelf. There's Legends Kurt Angle. We have Scotty 2 Hotty and Rikishi. Wish we had a Grandmaster Sexay. But we do have the Army DX here. Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, which, man, it took me a long time to get that to complete it. Triple H, X-Pac, and Chyna. And then down here, we do have Gerald Briscoe, Pat Patterson. We have The Rock in his little jumpsuit. Big Boss Man. We have a DX Triple H promo attire. We have a Rock promo attire. Mankind winning the championship, which is a great ultimate. And then, of course, the front and center, Austin and McMahon. Oh my goodness, I love what I did here with this. It just looks so good, and like, Attitude Era was like one of my first Mattel collections that I did start to do like in my rebuild. So like, I love like this. I love my Attitude Era figures. But now we do have like some 1996 to like 97 all in here, which I do like the way that this looks. I did do a lot of moving around here, but we do have Paul Bearer with Kane. We got a Farouk, Ken Shamrock, Undertaker, Chainsaw Charlie, Psycho Sid, Shawn Michaels. And then we have all the faces of Foley here. Dude Love Mankind, Cactus Jack. And then down here we have Headbangers. We got the New Age Outlaws. We have the Hart Foundation here, which I do need to get an Owen fix-up for that. And then we do got good old X-Pac, and then a 97 Shawn Michaels with the European title. And then right here in the front, we do have D-Generation X, the original DX with Chyna, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, which shout out to Tom from the Fig Cave for giving me that championship. Looks so good on him. Then we also have from a Vault, Shawn Michaels from In Your House 97, and Rick Rude. And then Nation of Domination behind them. We have Mark Henry, Farouk, The Rock, and D'Lo Brown. Nation of Domination, one of my favorite factions growing up. So now let's get into the Ruthless Aggression Elite figures and Jack specifics that we do have here. Another one of my favorite lines because this is what I grew up watching. And man, this is like more 2002 to I'd say like maybe like early 2005 here. And we do have Kane, Undertaker, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, Goldberg, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, Mr. America, Eric Bischoff, 3-minute warning, Rock, which man, that Jericho is sick right there. Evolution, Randy Orton and Batista, Matt Hardy, Eddie Guerrero, and then right here in the front, we do have a Jeff Hardy, we do have a Shawn Michaels from when he won the world title at Survivor Series, Eddie Guerrero when he won the Undisputed Championship, and some early John Cena's here, which, oh man, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, my childhood hero. Can't believe this is going to be his last year, but we do have the Parking Lot Cena, Word Life, WWE Draft 2005, we got Thuganomics, and then my favorite one, which I did do a fix-up from the Elite 100, we got the Chain Gang Soldier John Cena. Looks so friggin' good with one of the Championship Showdown spinner titles, which I might have to start getting more of those titles because they do look better than the shiny bullshit, but really like the way that that came out. Moving on now to our next shelf. This is some of the Jack specifics that we do have here, which the Jax ones I just threw in there, like whichever ones looked good I wanted to keep together, but we got Maven, we got Tomko, Shannon Moore, Snitsky, Test, Paul Burchill, Carlito, Val Venus, Kid Cash, Mr. Kennedy, Billy Kidman, Matt Morgan, Rico, Simon Dean, Heidenreich. Like, look at all these throwbacks here. And the thing I liked about Ruthless Aggression was, like, there are so many unique, like, characters that they did around this time that I feel like that don't really get the love they deserve. Because in Ruthless Aggression, like, we talk about the legends and the larger-than-life guys, but we don't really talk about the underrated ones like Eugene and Paul London, which I know they're not going to make Mattels of, so that's why we had to get these in Jack specific, and this is what I freaking fell in love with wrestling was because of this line. Moving on back to the WWE Mattels. We have more Ruthless Aggression guys. This is more 2006 to like maybe like 2009 here. We got JBL, Shelton, Umaga, Great Khali, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels from 05, Trish Stratus, Rey Mysterio from One Night Stand, Jeff Hardy when he won the WWE Championship, and Survivor Series Jeff, Boogeyman, MVP, and then we have the custody of Dom, Eddie, and Ray, and we even have Dirty Dom right there. We have a Teddy Long fix-up, General Manager. I'd love that for like a Build-A-Figure. We got King Booker, Rey Mysterio, RVD, Tori Wilson, Zack Ryder, and then down here, we do have John Cena, we have The Miz, we have Edge, which, man, that's a hard Ruthless Aggression to find. We got a One Night Stand John Cena, and then right here in the middle, we have WrestleMania 22 Ultimate Rey Mysterio. And now getting into our last Ruthless Aggression shelf, Jack specific. Oh man, more guys I feel like we're not going to really get many Mattel figures of. More of like the tag teams we put in here. So we do have Lance Cage, Trevor Murdoch, Basham Brothers. We got Mark Jindrak, Luther Reigns. We have Sandman, Mark Jindrak. Also MNM. We have Rosie, Hurricane, Ariel, Kevin Thorne, Rene Dupree, La Resistance. And then right here in the front, we have Cody, Sabu, Eugene, Colin Delaney, a very underrated Ric Flair, and then the Spirit Squad, which, man, the Spirit Squad, so underrated during this time. Like, I would love to get Mattels of them, but I feel like we're never going to get that. So now let's get into the modern shelf here, which I will say, like, for the modern shelf, I am going to have to move things around now that they're doing this transfer program thing, where they're moving some guys to Raw, SmackDown. So I will probably be moving a lot of these around, but this is like the Raw brand for most of 2024. We have Alpha Academy, we got Adam Pearce, we got Bronson, Miz, New Day, Pat McAfee, Karrion, Ray, and then we do have Imperium with that insane Gunter. We got Dirty Dom, Finn, LWO, Drew McIntyre, and then right here in the front we have Seth friggin' Rollins, CM Punk, great Ultimate Seth, and another Seth Rollins here. So now moving on to our next shelf, we do have our Judgment Day / Bloodline Detolf. And my goodness, I love getting Judgment Day and Bloodline guys for the collection. And starting off, we'll go in the back here with the Judgment Day. We have Original Edge, Damian, Rhea. We do have Finn. We got Dirty Dom, Mommy, R-Truth, Carlito, Damian, JD, Ultimate Dom. And then right here we have the Bloodline. We have Jimmy and Jay from the War Games match. We got The Rock here, Promo Roman, Wiseman, Solo, Sammy. And I love like the all red here. This is from Survivor Series War Games, which I was at. So I do think that that's so cool that we got that in figure form. And then right here in the front, we do have main event Jey Uso. We have Roman Reigns here doing his pose, which I love, like that head sculpt with that Ultimate Edition. Just, oh, I hate these Mattel titles now that I got those, like, new ones. And Jimmy Uso, another very underrated figure. But yeah, there's my Bloodline shelf. So now getting over to most of 2024, the SmackDown shelf here. Which, oh man, I love collecting these modern figures because I still enjoy the product to this day, but we do have Street Profits, Santos, Austin Theory, Waller, we have Pretty Deadly, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Randy, AJ, LA Knight, Ciampa, Logan Paul, and then we do have Cody Rhodes here in the front, all in the front here, which that Ultimate Edition from WrestleMania 39, fantastic. AJ Styles, which I love the white and blue attire, and Cowboy Brock. So now coming down here, this is a lot of my miscellaneous figures. I do have two miscellaneous shelves here, just filled with a bunch of guys that just aren't like in the modern collection. And like, I wish I had more of a theme going here, but I don't. It's just all mixed up everywhere. But there it is. We got Braun Strowman from like 2017. We got the List Jericho, John Morrison, Dolph, Jeff. We got Jinder Mahal when he was champion. Underrated run. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Ricochet, Rick Boogs, Dijak, Retribution here. We got Bobby Lashley in the red. We got Elias. And then we do have a bunch of Bray Wyatts here. Fiend, Firefly Funhouse, Burnt Fiend, one of the newer Bray Wyatts from like 2016, 2017, Ultimate Ray, and then we do have Gunter, we have Shinsuke, and then we also do have Adam Cole. Well, this is Edge from Royal Rumble, Omos, and then we do have a Super 7 Matt Cardona in here, and right in the front and center, John Cena here. Love this Ultimate Edition. So now let's get into the other miscellaneous shelf. This is more like 2010 to like maybe 2015. But I just love these. Like we have the Broken Dreams, Drew McIntyre, William Regal, Evan Bourne, Undashing Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, Damian Sandow, Brock Lesnar, Hulk Hogan, Fandango, Cesaro, Heel New Day from 2015. Very underrated. We got Ryback, Tyson Kidd. We have a CM Punk, one of his last elites there before he left. Daniel Bryan, and then, we got a lot of figures here in the front, just all over the place. And the Vault and the Greatest Hits has really helped with this shelf. We got plenty of John Cena's here. Jericho with the light-up jacket. We got Diesel from his Royal Rumble return. Rise Above Hate Cena. Miz, WrestleMania 27. And one of the best Ultimate figures, CM Punk here. And we do have some pink-attired Punks. We have WrestleMania 29. And then we also do have Original Shield here. And then we do have that Elite 16 CM Punk in the back. And we do have Shawn Michaels and Macho CM Punk. And look at that camera, man. I'm glad, that's Original Shield. I love the original Elite Shield here. So this is like our miscellaneous shelf, which we are running out of space. So now let's get into the women's shelf here, which, man, we are running out of space here as well. But we have so many different characters just all throughout here. Chelsea Green, great Elite figure. And then we do have Damage Control, Zoe Starks. And then we do have Indy Hartwell as well. Tiffany Stratton, Katana, Kaden. We have Roxanne and Cora. We have Liv Morgan here. And we also have one of my favorite factions from NXT, Toxic Attraction here. JC Jane, Gigi, and Mandy Rose. And then coming down here, just more great women figures. We have Asuka, we have Bianca Belair, we have Carmella, we also have AJ Lee, a bunch of Sasha Banks figures. We have Alita, Becky, Charlotte, we got Maxine, Thea Hale, and right in the front, we do have Hugger Bailey. I do miss this Bailey so much, but great looking figure here. So now let's get into one of my newer shelves here. This is my Superstars shelf, and I decided to throw in the Mutant Ninja Turtles, Cody and Seth right there, and Scorpion King Rock. But I just started getting into this wave, and I did shit on it in the beginning, but man, this just looks so different from all the other figures, which I really do like. Which I never was a fan of the Remcos, but these I love for some reason. Papa Shango, Razor, Macho Man, Andre, which the cool thing about these is I have not paid a lot of money in the second market either. These figures are very reasonably priced too, which I do like. And we do have that Ric Flair, which shout out to Phil from the Fig Cave for giving me this as a nice little Christmas gift. But I love this Superstars wave, and I can't wait to make this shelf and expand this collection here. Moving on now to our Ring of Honor / ECW shelf. And I wish Mattel would make more ECW guys, but I do love that the Jazzware Vaults, they are giving us some amazing Ring of Honor figures here. And let's start off, we got the Young Bucks back there. We got Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, some of the worst ones. Claudio, Kenny, Brody, Danhausen, CM Punk right in the middle. And then we do have some ECW here on the second shelf. We have RVD, we have Jerry Lynn, Sandman, a nice little Lionheart fix-up, Chris Jericho I did. Thanks to Brian Myers for the idea. Terry Funk, Bam Bam Bigelow, and then right here in the front we do have the Briscoes. We have the Dudley Boys ECW, and then right in the middle, we have Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness, one of the best rivalries in all of Ring of Honor. But love the way that this collection's coming together, and there's still a lot of room for this to grow, so I am very happy with the way that this looks. And finally, we have to get into the Bone Crunchers. And these were some of my early day figures that I did collect. which this shelf, we are running out of space in this Detolf here. But just a bunch of oddball characters. We got the Godwins. We also have DOA. We have Don Callis, Kurgan, Sonny, and just a bunch of great Attitude Era guys that I feel like we need to get in Mattel form. And right there in the front, Legion of Doom. I just love Legion of Doom figures. Owen Hart there. Blackheart. We got Kane, Commissioner Slaughter, all the faces of Foley. And then over here, we do have this cool Toy Fair exclusive Rock behind there. Also a cool little 4-pack. And then we do have just a bunch of Bone Crunchers here, which I do love that Luna right there, Jacqueline. We got Taka, Michinoku, Headbangers, which is so cool. We finally got the elites of them. We got Too Much, Brian Christopher. Then we do have Owen Hart here, Sable. And we have Mark Miro, Deborah, and Owen Hart, Blackheart. So that is all the figures that I do have in my Detolfs here, which I am running out of space for some of these. I really am going to have to reassess this year and figure out like where I'm going to start moving some of these. But now let's go to the top of the Detolf here. We do have some of my replica titles. We have the Rated R belt, World Heavyweight Championship. Also, we do have a Paul Heyman Funko Pop signed, and my Nickelodeon Guts trophy here. A really cool piece I got in my collection back in 2020. We got an old WWF Championship. Also, we got the WWE Brooklyn Nets Replica Championship, because that is my basketball team. Don't mind some of that Krabby Taffy. And then we do have the US spinner here, and we also have the WWE spinner as well, with a couple of the Hasbro figures, which $1 Million Man is one of my favorite guys, so that's why we have that. Also, we do have one of those Ring Giant, John Cena's right there as well. And then coming over here, some of the Legend figures that I do have, mint on card. We got Bradshaw, we got Farouk, Ken Shamrock, and let me move this out of the way here. Molly Holly, Stacy Keebler. We got Edge, and behind the Guts trophy, Paul Heyman, Diamond Dallas Page, Kane, and Eddie Guerrero. Which for the Legends, like, I do like the new packaging, but like, I really like that. I like the window space on these, and I try to keep it uniform, which is why I haven't gotten any of the newer Legend figures signed. Which is why I try to stick to like this packaging for my Legends autograph. So my studio is in the basement, so I do have a lot of ductwork, and to cover that, I figured let's put some of my favorite VCR tapes here. Some of the old Attitude Era ones. We even have a Backyard Wrestling, which looks cool. Some of the Coliseum stuff, which does look nice. Mr. Krabs' First Dollar. And a match that I sponsored as well, Cruel versus Bear Bronson, which was a good match. And then I do have some of my stickers here. We got some of the Vault ones. We got a 1 of 5,000 chase, pay-per-view, ringside sticker, which is pretty awesome. And then going into this wall now, we do have my Major Wrestling figures, which I cannot believe I still haven't met Matt Cardona and got this signed yet. I had met him, but that was before like I got this figure. So I do need to get that signed in 2025 to complete this. So now let's go over some of my AEW Chase and exclusive figures here that we have on this wall. So we might as well start off with the Shop AEWs. We do have MJF 1 of 3,000 here. And then coming down here, we do have Jericho, which, man, that pink paint marker looks so good on that. We got Jade Cargill, Eddie Kingston, Hangman Adam Page, and Hook. And then coming down here, we have 1 of 5,000 Jon Moxley, which I love that gear. Shawn Spears, Shop AEW Sting, Jamie Hayter, 1 of 1,000. This is the all-in exclusive Wembley. Can't wait for that Will Ospreay to come in. We also do have Brody King here, which his signatures look so nice. 1 of 1,000 MJF with the pink attire, one of my favorite figures. 1 of 500 Darby Allin. That's a rare boy right there. Coming down, we have 1 of 500 John Moxley. Would love to get that signed someday. Anna J, 1 of 5,000. I found that at a GameStop. 1 of 5,000 Jericho. And my first chase I got from Ringside Collectibles. We got the Jake Hager, 1 of 3,000. I should have probably flipped it because I could have made like a lot of money selling that. Lance Archer. And then coming down, we do have Billy Gunn, Alex Reynolds, Absolute Ricky Starks, which I do love that chase. Him dressed up as Darby Allin. We got the Bunny. Darby Allin, 1 of 5,000. 1 of 5,000 MJF. And then coming down to our last row, we have 1 of 3,000 MJF unmatched. Cody Rhodes, 1 of 3,000 in the suit. Thunder Rosa, 1 of 5,000. And then coming down here, Hook, 1 of 5,000. And then we also do have the I Can't Afford a Real Scarf. MJF, of course, which I do have to fix that. Should have fixed it before the video, but oh well, that's too late now. And yeah, we do have a battery here charging, because always got to make sure we have a battery in case the camera dies. So now let's shift over to where I record my toy videos. Well, starting things off, we might as well go to this side of the ductwork. We do have a Kenny Omega DVD here, and then we have all my Hot Wheels SpongeBob cars here, because I am a huge Nickelodeon collector, but we are missing the 25th anniversary 5 of 5. I still need to get that. But we do have all the monster trucks here complete. We have SpongeBob, Patrick, Plankton, Squidward, Mr. Krabs, all complete. And then I also have on here, we do have the Backyard Wrestling, and a really cool Coliseum Collector's Edition, Best of Hulkamania, which is cool. But under these Hot Wheels, we do have some licenses here, which I really kind of like, because I like the license, the trucks, cars, Hot Wheels. I think that that's really cool there. And then we come over to my laundry door. That's how you know I don't have room. I put stuff on the door, and my friggin' fiance hates it. But over here, I do have some of my badges from my conventions that I went to throughout the years. Like, I do like to keep all that stuff because it brings back the good memories. And then right here, we do have a Devon Dudley WWE Draft figure, Jack Pacific, Legends of the Hidden Temple pennant, one of my favorite game shows. And then we do have a Cyber Sunday Jeff Hardy. Probably should have got that signed when I went to Rhode Island, but I was already getting a bunch of AEW stuff signed by him. We have a SpongeBob license, and then we do have my Dead Man Show poster. This is when I went to Survivor Series in Boston. I actually went to the Undertaker show, and what a cool experience that was. And then coming down here, we do have a couple WWE monster trucks that we got in Long Island during big event. And then we do have a Kenny Omega here, and a couple Young Bucks figures right here as well, with my VIP ticket from one of my VIP experience WWE shows. So yeah, this door we do have filled with some memorabilia, but now let's get into my back wall here with all the really cool things that you guys do see in the videos. So starting off, we do have my acclaimed foam fingers here. I got these at both AEW shows that I went to. We got the Scissor Me, and then we also do have this here, the Acclaimed, which Billy Gunn actually did take from my hands and actually used it on Dynamite, which I thought was so freaking cool. And then we do have one of my favorite waves of defining moments. We got Ric Flair, we got Surfer Sting, Y2J, Chris Jericho, Triple H Rumble return, Bret Hart, Undertaker, Sting, and Ric Flair. And then coming down here, we have a Patrick Piggy Bank, which I love the design of that. Looks so cool. And then we do have my Fairly Odd Parents Funko Pops that I did get signed at Rhode Island Comic Con by the voice actors. We got Tara Strong. We also got Cosmo. We got Wanda. And then we also did get the voice actor of Crocker right here on the side. One of my favorite Funko Pops that ever came out. We got more big defining moments here, which the only way to really keep all this stuff is having it the book style, which I don't like, but it is what it is. We do have some of the Burger King SpongeBob Tiki cups here. And we do have Wise Man Paul Heyman. Up before I forget, on this wall here, we do have ECW Nuncio figure signed, Jakks Pacific. And we even have this Undertaker Championship Showdown. Then we do have the From the Vault Paul Heyman figure signed here, right front and center of here. And then we also have the Salt and the Pepper from Blue's Clues, Fanatic Fest Slurpee Cup, which I do love 7-Eleven Slurpee, so that's why I had to keep that in there. We got the SpongeBob Globe, Patrick Globe, Five Below, Vince Carter. We got The Rock, little Matchbox car, Blitzkrieg. I got that at a Luau show. Paul Heyman, Funko Lucy. And then we just have a bunch of random stuff here, just figures and all that. And we also do have this cool little Chum Bucket, Sour Worms. Got that at FYE. More Tiki Cups, because we do have all those from Burger King. And then we do have more defining moments here, which I love that draft John Cena. And then we do have these AEW figures here, which I do have the Danhausen signed, and I do have the Hook figure signed, which I was the very first person to ever get that signed, so I did have him write that as like an inscriptive, which is really cool. And then coming down here, we have a bunch of really awesome things. I got my black OVOs right there behind all this stuff. We have a Goddard toy. We got my Brooklyn Nets cup. We have the Brood Hardy Boys signed. We also got an MJF card right there. KD card. There's my remote for the TV that's in the backdrop. John Cena. Jakks Pacific. And Christmas just got over, but we do have some of the Funko Sodas here from Rudolph, which I do like a lot. We got Reggie, some Blockbuster sunglasses. There's my medal that I won in basketball in a 3-point contest. There's my baseball trophy. And then we do have some of the SpongeBob ducks here, which a lot of this cool little SpongeBob stuff I get at Five Below, which is absolutely clutch. But man, don't tell me that Plankton is not sick. I freaking love that. And then we do have my Jason Kidd New Jersey Nets ball signed. And I figured to put one of these like McFarlane figures in there, which I think really just adds to like the ball, which I think looks really freaking cool front and center. There's my Blockbuster tag that I got at Rhode Island Comic Con. We also do have a Jalen Wilson card. There's my bowling trophy from one of my leagues, because I do love the bowl. Dennis Rodman, and then we also do have my CM Punk Supreme figure signed, which, oh, I almost forgot too. We do have my Sting Supreme here signed as well. There's my very first figure, The Rock. I stole from my cousin. First figure I ever had in my collection. And then coming down, we have more Brooklyn Net cards. There's my Jared Allen signed LeBron jersey. We got the SpongeBob Paddy Wagon toy car. There's my ring-worn Devon Dudley glasses with my Dudley Boys autograph there, which is the exclusive, which looks really good. And then Sandman, he actually used this right here and poured it on my buddy Ben, my co-host on my podcast. So I do have the can there. That was a special moment. And then we have a really cool SpongeBob lunchbox behind there, white OVOs. Sandy Battle of the Bikini Bottom display, which looks great. And we got this brand new hovering helmet for Christmas, which I really do like that a lot too. And I was able to hide the cord, which makes it even better. But yeah, that is all the awesome things that we do have here on the upper shelves. So now let's go down here and go through all these figures. Starting off, we do have some Super 7 SpongeBobs here, which do look really cool. There's a nice little Plankton Hot Wheel. And then we got more Burger King SpongeBob toys. We also do have this really cool SpongeBob alarm clock behind there. And I just love all these different ones. A couple like smaller Super 7 figures. And then right here in the middle, one of my favorite things that I'm collecting right now is the Cobra Kai figures. And my goodness, these Monday Night War backdrops really do come in handy here, which I do eventually. I still need to put some here on the bottom, but these are my Diamond Select figures. We have Terry Silver, John Kreese, Chosen, Johnny Lawrence, and Daniel LaRusso, which I think that this is like perfect space. Like these cubes definitely come in clutch. And then over here we have some of the Jakks Pacific Simpson figures, which, oh man, one of my favorite things to collect in 2024. And we do have Series 1. We got some Burger King ones behind there. And we do have the new wave here with Mo, Krusty, and Lisa. There's the there's the exclusive Bartman. And we do have regular Bart there right up front and center. And then we do have our little diorama here with our 2.5 figures of the house. And that just also looks really nice. Coming down here, we do have some more SpongeBob stuff here, which I just got this here for Christmas. We got the Swap and Bop, one of my favorite toys growing up. And then we do have some more miscellaneous Nickelodeon stuff here, which one of my favorite things in this shelf has got to be Debbie on the elephant there from the Wild Thornberries. Another very underrated show. And then we do have our Double Dare shot glasses. And then right here in the front, we do have a Jimmy Neutron and Donnie Thornberry Funko Pop with a really cool Chuck E. Cheese Matchbox car. And then let's get into the Rugrats shelf here, which, oh man, these VHSs behind there really make this thing stand out in my opinion. A lot of these are Burger King toys and stuff, except for that Tommy and Angelica. I believe I got that at Five Below for only $5. Cannot go wrong with that. But more Rugrats stuff just throughout. Loved the Rugrats growing up. I was a huge Nickelodeon kid. And then we got more SpongeBob, of course, which we do have the Halloween Krabby Patties behind there. We also got Plankton with the crown from the movie, which the movie toys were my favorite fast food toys of all time. So I do have a lot of those in here. But there it is here. We do have the Krusty Krab Unfair sign that came with Squidward. And then we also do have, we have Man Ray here, which I think is a really cool figure. And one of my all-time favorite, this is my favorite fast food toy, Patrick in the Patty Wagon. Had to put that right front and center. Then we do have like some foodies here of like SpongeBob characters. There's food, and then we do have more figures here, which, man, it never ends. Which we did put some of the SpongeBob DVDs behind there. And also, I really just love these like metal figures that I got at Five Below. I think that they look really good. And then coming down here, we do have the Ants in the Pants SpongeBob game, which is cool. And this is where I put a lot of my plush. We got the Flying Dutchman here. We got SpongeBob. We got the Super 7 Squidward. And just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff here. Remote controlled SpongeBob's Boatmobile. And we do have some socks there. Just chilling. And then we get into this shelf. More plushes just piling up here, which, man, looks so friggin' good. I do like the SpongeBob as a Krabby Patty. I think that that's adorable. And then we get into some of my bigger Rugrats stuff here, which one of my favorite things I have is this Tommy Pickles bank. Or we have this Tommy Pickles piggy bank, which I really do like a lot. And then we get into the Funko Sodas. We do have a bunch of the ad icons and just really cool miscellaneous stuff here throughout. And then over here, just more characters. We got the Peanuts, we got Scooby-Doo, Jay, Silent Bob, Goofy. We have a bunch of Pixar characters. I friggin' love the Funko Sodas. Always enjoyed getting those. And then over on this side here, we do have the Ants in the Pants SpongeBob already out, which this was a fun game growing up. I enjoyed playing. And then I can't forget, we do have our Nickelodeon Guts medal we got in a Nick box a while ago, just hanging on Goddard's neck. Which, man, I just love the way that this Nickelodeon and like Simpsons and Cobra Kai collection has really come together, because I do love to collect other things besides wrestling. Because, like, this whole channel is just based off nostalgia. And a lot of these shows I grew up loving and watching. But, man, I just love the way that this collection has come together. But we are running out of space. So now, guys, this is the table that I use. It's like a nice little desk, which I do move around a lot here. So, like, if I'm, like, going through this stuff here, I end up moving this right onto this wall. So like it's always like moving around. But now let's get into this wall right here, which there's a lot of cool things to go over. So might as well start off with our women's wall here, which, man, I love this magazine here that I got signed by Tori Wilson and Stacy at Big Event New York. And then one of my favorite Jack Specific collections is these box limited figures. We got Stacy Cabler here, Tori Wilson, we got Mickey James, Christy Hemme, and then down here we got Victoria and Dawn Marie. The only one that I really need now, like I do need a Trish, a Lita, and probably a Melina. But we also do have the Bellas Battle Pack here signed by both the Bella twins, which look really good. First time in the line, Sasha Banks. I will be getting that signed at Big Event New York in March, which I am excited about. We got Green Label SpongeBob Yo-Yo. And then coming over here, we do have Mr. Sacco. We have a Wrestling Classic turnbuckle here with a DDP DVD and a Dijak signature that he personally signed to We Are Wrestling. But now getting into some of the defining moments here. We have Cody Rhodes signed. We got Bret Hart. We got the Big Red Monster Kane. CM Punk Pipe Bomb. And then coming down, we do have LA Knight. Rob Van Dam, I'll be getting that signed at Big Event. Mankind. Shawn Michaels, which is the only exception I've made when it comes to like figures that are signed of people I haven't met. Got that on WWE Shop. Then we do get into some of the AEWs. We have all the Target ones signed. Darby, Sammy, Adam, and Samoa Joe. And then we do have our pay-per-view line. We have Hangman, Britt Baker, and Bryan Danielson. And then coming down here, we do have Young Bucks, Walmart exclusives, Brody, and Darby. Then we do have the Headbangers and John Cena just hanging out there. Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur, and an autographed basic Dijak. So on this ductwork here, we have a SpongeBob Hot Wheel, and then we do have like this Funko case with some of my more rare ad icons here. Bunch of the cereal ones. We have the original Tony the Tiger. I was so happy finding that at Rhode Island Comic Con. And then we have my Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs and Tricks, Fruit Loops, Cheerios. We got the Patrick there. And then we also do have Shawn Michaels just hanging on here, which I did use fishing rod for, which that really does help. Now that you guys have seen the studio, let's show you guys what's behind this door right here. Which before we get into that, I do have some lanyards here with just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Also, we got a net sign, and we got a broski parking only. Well, to start, we do have this Hot Wheels, this Raw truck here. Also, we do have a jellyfish net that we did get at Spirit Halloween this year. There's my first ever kids replica title I got for my birthday back in 2004. United States Championship here. And then we're going to start here with these custom built shelves, which I actually did get done in 2024. Thanks to my cousin Joey, my best man, my best friend. He did all the shelving for me. I still got to get these painted eventually. But we do have the WWE replica title behind here. And then we do have some of the Ring of Honor figures. There's Jerry Lynn, first signed figure. And we do have some basketball Funko Pops here. And behind that, we do have a WrestleMania 22 plaque, which we do have a bunch of these throwback players here. We got Magic, Hakeem, Allen Iverson, David Robinson, Shaq, Shawn Kemp, Larry Legend. And one thing that does suck is I do have to watch my head sometimes because I do be hitting it on the smoke pipe right there. But we do have some more classics, which I do love the Slam Magazine Jason Williams here. One of my favorite NBA pieces that I do have. Also, I do have this Victoria jukebox that I got when I was younger, which I do be putting on podcasts sometimes when I'm doing like my figure rotating and stuff. And then we also do have this Supreme Malachi Black figure in the package, which we do have one loose on our AEW shelf. But that was a really hard figure for people to get. I was on the Jazzware Vault site right away. We got Vince Carter, we got my bowling pin, a couple more NBA Funko Pops, and we do have some more current players here. Some of my favorite guys. We're not a completist whatsoever, but we do like to get players that we do like for the collection. And then we do have the NBA mascots, which, oh man, one of my favorite lines here. Just all the different ones. The only one that we do need is that Toronto Raptors with the white jersey. But besides that, we do have everyone currently right now. And then we do have a couple of the Ultimate Ring boxes behind here, just to kind of add like a little bit of a good backdrop. There's some of my NFL Pops. We got the starting lineup: Steph Curry, C4 Energy, WWE, and Jason Tatum. I still have to do my unboxing for the rest of that set. But coming down here, we have a bunch of my memorabilia stuff. A bunch of AEW figures, which we do have CM Punk. We got the Acclaimed, which is signed by Platinum Max Caster. So I still need to get Daddy Ass and Anthony Bowens to sign that. And we also do have the Blood and Guts figures here. Wheeler Yuta. We got Kenny and John Moxley. Also some of the Prime bottles, because I do be collecting these as well, which I really do like. And right here, front and center, up on top here, can't forget, we have Spike Dudley with the Hardcore Championship. Got that at the Wrestling Universe store. We got a couple of the CDs. We got a nice Dudley's mug, a little bit of the bubbly. And right here, front and center, which I really like the way that we did this here. We have my AEW World Championship replica title, which just looks so freaking good right there. And let's move that out of the way. So now we do have more AEW figures. I got my Devil mask. We have my MJF and CM Punk Blood and Guts signed by both guys. PSA'd and JSA'd. So it is 100% authenticized. We do have this Jack specific blanket, pillow, whatever you want to call it. Darby Allin, Brody King, Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker. These are like all my Blood and Gut like autograph ones. And then just more things in the background here. We got a Darby Allin ringside exclusive. We also got Champion Cody, which we do have Prime bottles throughout as well. We got -1 and Brody Lee, a beautiful tribute here for the late great Brody Lee. And then we do have Sammy Guevara here, which I really want to get that signed. Then we do have some tag team packs. We got the Hardys and the Young Bucks. Coming down here now, we do have some more Funko Pops here. We got Space Jam, which these are like all like even behind here. We're going 3 deep. And then we do have Wizard of Oz Funko Pops here. Another movie like my mom showed me growing up, so I really do like that. And my fiance did love the Wicked movie there. I thought it was a good movie. It was alright. We got Thugonomics Cena. We got some of the VHS Blockbuster Rewinds here. And we do have my original John Cena WWE Kids Championship title I got Christmas 2005. We got some business cards here. And then we do have some more just random pops here throughout. We got my Dennis Rodman I got signed earlier this year. We got Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. We got $1 Million Man. We got Slaughter. We got Jerry the King Lawler. So then over here we do have a couple U2s here. We got Jesser, which one of my favorite basketball YouTubers out there. And we also got MJF at my go-to toy store, Zombie Hideout. Then we also do have some of my Brooklyn Net and LA Ram Pops. We got KD, we got Kyrie, and Aaron Donald. Those are my 2 teams when it comes to football and basketball. And then over here, we do have a Money in the Bank replica briefcase here, which I really do like a lot. We have it right underneath the AEW replica title. And then one of my favorite shelves here, we have the Marvel TNA figures, which look really good. I would love to get some lighting here to really make this stand out. But one of the new things we have here in the collection, which I might do a whole video on, but I wanted to save it for this room tour, we got the Titantron Raw is War stage. I got this at a recent toy show that I was working, and I do actually have some of my Titantron figures here. This was like the very first figures that I had like collecting back in the day, but really always enjoyed these. Let me move Stone Cold here. and show you guys what it's like. All these figures here, they have this here, and you basically rub it on the stage. So hard doing this one-handed. Don't mind me. Whoop.
Now, entering the Titantron!
So it still lights up, still works. And then I just, man, like, why can't Mattel do shit like this? So cool. But yeah, there it is, man. Let me move my Stone Cold right there. And in the front. Just gotta wait for that thing to shut off, but still works, great condition. Everything works really good here. One of my favorite pieces that I have on this shelf, and then we do have some of the ECW San Francisco Toy Maker figures here. Another very underrated line during its time. Love the way that this collection's coming together. Also, we do have my Nets pennant I got at the last Brooklyn Nets game that I was at. Figured I'd put it on this here because this is a boiler room and I can't really move this or any of this. So we do have to utilize the space that we have. And then coming down here, we have some of my favorite VHS tapes. All here, we got my 10 pounds of gold, some Woo Energy, we got Kenny Omega Funko Pop. There's me, my mom, and my dad. Best One Network. And then we also do have behind this Matt Hardy, we have the Melkamania, which is signed by Kurt Angle here, which I think is so cool. And then coming down, we got my Raw stage here with my classic cage. Just something different. I just wanted to really make like everything stand out in this room. We got my Tommy doll right there, Elite 100 John Cena, Sandman signed, Eric Young, Dolph Ziggler, Dijak, T-Bar, and then right over here, we have The Rock. And then coming on to this shelf, we do have some of my more retro toy pops. We have all my Pac-Man, Mr. Potato Head, Rock'em Sock'em, Operation, Trouble, the Ouija board, Candyland. Oh man, love these. Monopoly, Clifford, and Arthur. And then coming down here, just decided to put a lot of my miscellaneous boxes all through here. Original PS2 growing up, and just more miscellaneous boxes, and even some of my pop albums. So now guys, this is my oil tank, and yeah, we gotta utilize all the space we can. So I do have a couple of my championships here. We got my NWA tag title, which is very beat up. We got the Attitude Era WWF Championship. There's my Rams alarm, or my Rams clock I got. Shout out to my buddy Cash Out Sherm for that. We also do have my Hornswoggle hat that I won on the Matt Cardona Whatnot stream. ECW title, MJF scarf. We got the NBA Nets flag right there. There's my cut up Jay White right there, which I do love. There's my broken guitar that we finally replaced so I could throw this out finally. But we do have things underneath here. Bunch of loose figures that just aren't on the shelves. We have some DVDs, all that cool stuff. We got a little towel rack, SpongeBob. So now over here, we did do something new here. So I do have a filing cabinet here, which I probably will end up moving in 2025. But I do have a backstage setup now, which I will be doing more photos probably this year. That is one of my goals here. So I got this really cool backdrop for Christmas that I'm going to be using, and this just looks really freaking good. Also, I do have my Mega Powers here because I had like nowhere else to put it. We also do have a lamp so like we can actually light it up, but right now it is not plugged in, so don't mind that. We also do have an Uncle Drew vinyl I got a while ago. Elias signed figure. We got a Cynthia doll. And then on my water heater, I do have a couple of the 7-Eleven Slurpee cups during SummerSlam. We have Hogan and Andre Funko, and then we have this really old school VHS here. So guys, here it is. We have our arena, and above it here, we do have this really cool Chris Jericho and Rock Jack specific figure. And I do have some of these jukeboxes here just hanging around that still actually work surprisingly, which I do like. Gotta utilize all the space you can. We also do have the Man Cave sign. I had that since I was a kid. And then right over here, we do have the stage, which I don't even know what the hell we're doing here right now. I am like going through like some changes here in the arena. But I did get some like the scaffold stuff that I do want to use more here in the arena. And then we do have our new gen stage, which does light up here. I used to have this like as my backdrop like a while ago, but really cool here. We also added some crowd members here, like with the railing, which I do like a lot. Just use a lot of older figures to really make that up. And then I really like the backdrop that we do have here. We have the stage design here, just as a nice little backdrop. Nothing too special. And then we do have a great solid crowd here, just full of different types of figures all around. Like you got a Rampage Jackson in there, you got a Rob Gronkowski, you got little Nicholas right there, you got Matt Cardona's dad. There's a bunch of different figures throughout. More crowd people throughout here. And like I wish we had a bigger table, but honestly this kind of works for what it is. And then we do have the Raw is War ring here, which I will move that out of your way. And we got a deluxe casket right there. We got the steps. We got the Raw is War apron, which eventually I do want to have like a custom We Are Wrestling apron, because that is what like my whole arena is. And there it is, man. We got one of the Bone Cruncher cameramans there. We got Samoa Joe beating Cena up, and then we got Howard Finkel right in the ring. Because usually what I do is I put my rotating plate that's right here on the ring, and that's how I do my figure reviews, in case you guys didn't know. And then over here we do have some stuff on these shelves. We got a Muhammad Ali Ultimate right there, Simpsons, Moe's phone call, Fiend, we got the Fiend mask, and we have a Bray Wyatt hat. And then up here, we do have a shelf full of just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. We have a couple of the Brawlin' Buddies from like the 2010s, Randy and Ray, Carmelo Hayes Chase, a couple of the McDonald's Adult Happy Meal toys, Sabu Classic Superstars, Jey Uso, that will probably be given away soon. And we do have a couple books here, which is nice. And then right here, we have pretty much my LA Rams and basketball shelf here, which I do have my trophy for one of the years I played basketball. Nice Nets souvenir cup. We have Kenyon Martin right there. And my very first figure right there. We got The Rock in the package. And I did find that at Rhode Island Comic Con, so I thought that that was a cool pickup. We got a Super Bowl glass cup. We have Karl Anthony Towns figure. We have an LA Rams Santa. And then right here, oh man, I love these Super Bowl bobbleheads. I got these immediately when my team won the Super Bowl. We got Aaron Donald, we got Odell Beckham, we got Cooper Kupp, and we also got Matthew Stafford. And a couple of these throwback ones I got at a flea market. Marshall Faulk, and of course Kurt Warner. And even we have some like loose Funko Pops right there on the side. There's a classic one, Derrick Rose. And then for Christmas, I actually ended up getting this Super Bowl confetti, which I really do like a lot. It has all the scores from the playoffs. We got a Darren Williams figure, which looks really cool. We have the ticket, Kevin Garnett bobblehead, Cooper Kupp Funko Pop, and then some of the NBA ballers, which I think are so underrated. And like, I hope we get more of these down the line. And then coming down here on this shelf, we do have some like hands, we got titles, extra head sculpts, all that fun stuff, and just more things we need to unbox down here. Just like over here, we have some more stuff we need to go through. And I even have another little bin here full of loose figures. We got freaking weapons, accessories, all that fun stuff, and we even have clothes. More of the boxes. I have a table underneath here. This is where all my trading cards are, because I do want to do more on card, maybe live streams in 2025. I feel like you guys would really like that. Also, $1 Million Man Brawlin' Buddy here. One of the classic ones from back in the day. I got that at the Wrestling Classic 1. Also moved my table in here. This is all my go-to things I need, like tape, super glue, scissors, all that fun stuff. And then I do have my 3D Nets foam sign right here. And I almost forgot, I do have a couple NBA 2K magnets right there. Julius Erving signed 8x10. Nets foam finger. and a Ben Simmons autograph from when he was a kid. And then I also do have my little projector here, so if I ever need to use a green screen, I always have it right there on site. And then we also do have this really cool vinyl that was made by Self413, Self Invest. I do love their brand there. Nice local thing. Also, I do have this Allen Iverson plaque here, which does have like a signature, Philadelphia, nice little card, and just him jumping over Shaq, which is cool. And then the Nets failed big three right here. We have Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant, which is cool. A nice little Nets canvas, Barkley, beautiful place. And then we do have Chris Candido figure in the package, and a Chase LA Knight, which I could definitely utilize this and maybe put something else here eventually, but it does look pretty solid to me right now. And then I also have a VIP chair, so like anytime I'm like doing stuff over here, I can always sit and work, which is always a good thing about having a table like when it comes to like an arena, which I do really like a lot. And then I also do have another storage, because like you could all like there's always like room to put stuff, extra cameras, all that fun stuff. Also a bunch of wires and even things that I need to complete for collections. And a lot of people ask me what I hang my figures up with. It's these command strips. They are the most clutch thing. I'm not putting any holes in my walls, which does work. And just a bunch of, we got Funko cases and all that fun trumble. And then right over here, guys, I do have a new light that we are going to be installing over this ring. So we are going to get way better lighting. I just have to have my cousin, who's an electrician, set this all up for me. So I do have that right now to the side. But man, this room is really coming along nicely. I love the way everything is just coming together in here. And like this arena, like I do have some big plans going into 2025. I do want to do more pictography and just do more stuff like that. Like I wish I could do my own fig fed. I just don't have the time to do it, working a shoot job full time and also running the We Are Wrestling stuff full time and this channel full time. But there it is, man. Really awesome the way all of this stuff is coming along here, which, man, these shelves have definitely motivated me to get this room to be a lot better than it is. Also, when you come down these stairs, I do have some micro brawlers that are also like filling in the gaps here, which this is just a nice little slow collection, which I did get that Will Ospreay at an AEW event that happened in Springfield. A couple throwback legends, some more AEWs, and then I do have a couple of my favorite Blu-rays here. Owen King Heart of Gold Hardcore title. This right here is my Paul Heyman one that I do have autographed. Haven't put that back up yet. WWE 50th anniversary, and Eric Bischoff. So that is gonna do it. I really hope you guys enjoyed the room tour video. I am very excited for the future of this studio because we are going to be expanding later in 2025. We're going to be having a whole watch-along room, and I'm going to be moving my podcast set into that room as well, so we will be having a lot more room later on in 2025. But we're always changing things around, and I'm really happy with the way that everything has turned out. But let me know in the comment section below some of your favorite things that I have in my collection. What did you enjoy in the room tour? If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a best one yet already, recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Content is coming back to normal. We are going to be having guaranteed videos every other day for 2025. We might even have some videos that are coming out every day, but we're guaranteeing every other day. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow me over on my social medias, and We Are Wrestling. All the links down below. Also, I did throw in some links as well of some of the cool things that I do have in my studio in case you want to replicate it, like the DTOF lights and my risers, all the little things that I use, command strips, all that is down in the links below. But of course, to all the best ones out there worldwide, cheers to 2025, because of course you already know, we are taking over. Peace.